Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks again for watching. Today, I wanted to talk to you about what I use and the steps that I take to prevent dry skin. As I've mentioned before, if you don't already know, I have had very dry skin this past summer. It has been very hot, very humid, very just completely against my skin kind of weather. And I also suffered from that over the winter. So in between, my skin goes back to normal, but lately it has just been so dry. So there are specific products that I use to completely combat that, knock it out, give my skin the moisture that it needs, so that I feel good, I feel nice and moisturized and healthy, and my makeup actually lasts throughout the day and I don't feel like a crunchy mess. So let's go ahead and talk about what I use. So don't mind my nails. These two guys broke. And I'm not exactly sure if I'm gonna just fully take them off yet or not. I mean, having nails is expensive. It's very expensive. Anyways, that is not the point of today's video. I have already gone in and sprayed my face. I used some of the Vichy water today. I always use some kind of a mist on my face before I go in with my moisturizers. It just really helps to provide some extra hydration to your skin. I use and love the Vichy water. So now what I'm ready to do is take off my ring and I'm gonna go in with moisturizer. Now I do use two moisturizers. I mix them together to get the most benefits out of both of them. So the first one is from Lumine, and it is the Intense Hydration 24-hour moisturizer. I love this. This is one of the only super hydrating, very moisturizing moisturizers that I can actually use. I've tried a lot of gel moisturizers and I just find them to actually be very drying on my skin, which I know doesn't make any sense at all. But the thing is, with gel moisturizers, normally they are targeted for dry to very dry skin, and because my skin might be drier for me, it's still combo, so I do still get oily here. And for whatever reason, if a moisturizer is targeted for dry skin, it does not provide anywhere near enough hydration for what I need. So this actually does. I love it so much, and because it does have that intense moisturization, I feel it immediately and it lasts throughout the day and I don't get dry. But just in case I ever were to, I have to add this. So this is from the brand Simple, and it's their hydrating booster. So this is their water boost. This will provide you so much hydration, but not in a sticky way. I do believe, I might be wrong, but I do believe the first ingredient in this, or one of the main ingredients at the very least, is water. So you're really just getting that pure hydration into the skin. So what I'll do is mix them together. So I'm going to go in with some of this, and I don't use a ton. You will see that this is a little bit on the runny side. I will use about that much, and then I'm going to go in and mix right on my hand some of the stuff from Simple, just about that much. I don't think you can see the difference here, but this is clear and the one from Lumine is white. So I got the little mixture. I'm going to rub it into the back of my hands, and I'm going to start, oh my god, this feels so good. I'm going to start just putting this absolutely everywhere. What I love about these two products is they are not sticky, they are not greasy, they do not dry me out whatsoever. I really do feel the moisture all day long. And what I love about the Lumine moisturizer is that there is a very, very light, beautiful floral scent. Now, you're basically almost never going to hear me say I like the smell of something florally, because I don't. I hate when products have scents, but for whatever reason, this one smells absolutely amazing to me. I love it, so I don't mind it whatsoever. I quickly want to mention, if you're going to be out in the sun all day, you should also add a little bit of SPF into that little mixture right there. One of them that I love that I don't find me to get sticky is from Neutrogena. It's from the Hydra Boost line. It is with water gel, and this has SPF 15. So what I will do if I'm going to be out in the sun that day is the same amount of this, and I'll do 2 squirts of this, mix it up, oh my god, and this one smells so good too, and then put it on my face like I just did. Now I will only use this if I'm going to be out in the sun, because again, this does have some SPF in it, whereas the other two do not. But I'm not going out in the sun right now, so I don't need this, but I do want to mention this is a great one. It doesn't dry me out, it doesn't feel sticky, and it does still provide that SPF. So yeah, once that is on, what I'm going to do now is go in with the Neutrogena Hydra Boost. What exactly is this stuff? It's the multivitamin booster. Now this does have hyaluronic acid in it. I love me some hyaluronic acid. Put that in everything for me. I love it. This, it smells freaking amazing. And because it has that hyaluronic acid in it, it attracts moisture to your face, to your skin, anywhere that you put it, so that it holds that moisture and it keeps it there and it doesn't allow any dryness, which is why I love it. So that's why I generally always pick anything really skincare wise that has hyaluronic acid in it. And this is from the Hydra Boost line, which is designed to bring back that hydration whenever possible. It's from Neutrogena. You can get it at anywhere really, at any drugstore, and I would wait for a sale because this is $20. So wait for a sale and then you'll be able to buy a couple things. I actually need to change out my battery, so give me 1 second. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm now going to go in with my hyaluronic acid for the day, and there are like little balls in here. Once you pump it out, the balls interact with the actual serum and they just turn white, so the balls are not going to be coming out. Sounds weird. I just take one full pump, so this is what it looks like. You can see it's like white and also clear, and I'm going to mix this in and I'm going to put this everywhere. I'm going to roll it everywhere, and then once it starts to get tacky, because you're going to notice that the more that you rub it in, the tackier it's going to start to feel on your skin. Once that happens, I just go in and start to lightly press this into my skin, definitely focusing on problematic areas. And then right up here, I want to make sure that I'm really putting this all over my skin. I put it on my ears and then down my neck as well, because I put foundation on all of those spots. So I want to make sure that anywhere my foundation is going, I'm hydrated and I'm ready to go. And this stuff smells so good. Oh, it's got just a very clean scent to it, a very clean linen scent or something like that. The best way to use that is honestly to put it on and then give it like a minute or two to really sink into the skin. That way it's able to do its job. I mean, really with any kind of skin prep, you want to put it on and then give it time to sink in and do its job before you start adding 1,000 other things on top of it. So now what I'm going to do is go in with a actual primer. This is from NYX, and this is their Hydra Touch Primer Base. This stuff has glycerin in it, and that is amazing. I don't know if you already know, but glycerin is basically a foundation glue. So in the same way that when you're rubbing this on, you start to feel like it tacky, that's going to happen with this. And that's basically going to give your makeup, your foundation, or your powders, whatever it is that you put on top of this, something to stick to, hold to, last all day. And you're providing a ton of hydration to your skin. So I absolutely love this. I've been using this one since this past winter because that's when I first got dry. So I always just kind of mix this one up, and I'm going to put this everywhere as well. So I use about that much, rub it in, and then go right on in. Now, this does kind of smell a little bit manly, I'm not going to lie. There's definitely a little bit of like a cologne-y scent to it. It goes away. It's not going to make you smell like a man all day long, but it is there. And then again, once it starts to get tacky, I'm just going to press this all over my skin. And you're probably thinking like, oh my god, you're using 100 different things. And yeah, I am, but you know what? This is the exact combination that I have found, and I have tried a lot, that actually works for me and helps to prevent and kind of cure my dry skin, if you will, when I want to wear foundation and have it last all day long. So yeah, it takes some time, but I don't care. Once that is on, I'm going to go in now with another water. So this is the Smashbox Primer Water. I have the Serene Greens. It was, I think, one of their limited edition scents. So this one smells like cucumber, which I love. Oh my god, I love cucumbers. And I'm just going to spray my whole face with this. And this is going to add some more hydration to my skin. It's going to feel amazing. It's going to cool me down, but it also has all the good aspects that a primer does because this is a primer water. So again, all of my products I'm about to put on top of all of this are going to sit in my skin and look amazing and nice and hydrated, but also last all day long. So here we go. Okay, I use a lot. You're probably like, whoa. I'm like, whoa too, okay? Like, whoa. Yeah, I use a lot because honestly, if I don't, I just don't feel it quite as much. And it feels so good. Right now, I'm like dying back here with all of my lights, and that just made me feel so much better. Now that one is a little bit pricey, like I said. It is $20. I honestly see a difference when I use that versus when I don't. So I do think that it is definitely worth it. However, I cannot always afford that. I'm a mom. I stay home with my son, so I don't work. I don't personally have an income. So my husband, he's the one who brings in all the money. So if I can't buy that, I don't want to spend 20 bucks on that. The Mario Badescu one is almost as good. I love this stuff, and I still use this in between a lot of my actual foundation prep to set the skin and set all those products. But you can also use it underneath your makeup. So instead of using this right now, like I just did, you can totally use one of the Mario Badescu sprays as a primer, as an extra step of hydration before you go in with foundations and all that kind of stuff. And you're gonna have very, very similar results. But I will say, notice a huge difference when I do and don't use this. So I still stand behind that one. What I'm gonna do now is go in with my under eye cream. Now, I use this no matter whether I'm dry or not. I use this every single time that I'm about to do my makeup. And it's the L'Oreal Eye Defense. I've been using this for so many years, and I've tried other ones and they're just not as good in my opinion. This one is a gel, but for whatever reason my skin under my eyes is nice and thin enough to be able to have enough hydration from this, but not too much. I've used under eye primers that have too much hydration, and my skin does not sink. It will not take it and sink in as much as this one does, so I will end up creasing and having more under eye lines than normal. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go get my beauty sponges dampened and ready, and then we're going to go in with foundation, and I'll show you exactly what products I use to keep all of this moisture in all day, looking great and not looking too matte or flat. So I'm going to be right back. It is during these types of months that I actually look for more luminous foundations, but they can't be too luminous. They're still a line for me. So my absolute favorite this past summer has been from Physicians Formula. This is the Healthy Foundation. This also has SPF 20 in it, but that never gives me any issues as far as flashback goes, and it does have brightening complexes. So this looks so healthy, so good. I've got a full review on this. I will leave it down below. Plus, you're about to see it on the skin. But the issue is I bought this at the beginning of summer, and I am super duper tan now. So what I'm going to do is put this on the back of my hand and mix in some of my Catrice Prime and Fine Darkening Drops in my hand. And I am going to use a beauty sponge to apply this. Now, I always use a beauty sponge. I have very, very few times actually used a foundation brush. But especially for drier months, when your skin is on the drier side, I would recommend using a beauty sponge because it does have that wetness. It's a little bit on the moisture side. I know a lot of people hate that word, but it's true. And so I help to just bring that moisture back in. So I'm just going to put this on like a normal foundation. What you're going to see is this has really nice light coverage, and it also has beautiful finish to it. So while it is kind of like a medium coverage, it is buildable. It lasts all day long for me. And it's got a beautiful, very healthy, fresh, lightly luminous finish. Almost like a satin, I guess you can say, but not quite as glowy as a satin. There's just something so healthy about this. I mean, they named it right. So, yeah, I'm just going to put this all over my face. Ta-da! So this is the foundation fully on. You see how it just has such a beautiful, luminous, but lightly glowy, just Oh, it's so healthy and beautiful looking. It's like your skin, but 100 times better. You can barely see it on the skin. Quite honestly, I could go out just like this because it doesn't look or feel like foundation. It's just such a great foundation. I do wish they came out with some more shades, I know. So again, I want to keep up with that luminous, glowy, hydrated look because I need it. So what I'm going to use is from Flower Beauty, and this is their Light Illusion Concealer. Now this is in the color Light. Do I have a review on this? I think I do. I think I have a review on this. I'll link it down below for you. It is that Light Illusion. It looks so beautiful. It's got a little bit of like a reflex to it, and it just looks absolutely stunning on the skin. And what I do is I go in and I set my under eye concealer immediately with this is the Morphe Beauty Sponge. Use whatever you want. And I do use the Coty Airspun Translucent Powder. And I use the regular one. Okay, I do also have the extra coverage one, but that one does have extra coverage. It is a little bit, no, it is a lot more drying. It is a lot thicker feeling on the skin. And in these dry months, I just can't handle it. So I'm going to use the regular one. Maybe what I can do is just do one eye on camera for you. I don't use a ton. I use about that much. And what I want to do is get my sponge ready to go so I don't have to worry about it. I use about that much, and especially during these months, I am not baking under my eyes. I'm really just putting enough to set everything and run out the door. So you see, this is one eye done versus this eye that is not. There's just so much beautiful brightness to it. I love this concealer so much. I'm gonna go in and set with this immediately. I always want the most product right underneath my eyes. Okay, so both eyes are done. Everywhere that I put concealer has been lightly set with the Coty Airspun. I know you're probably like, ooh, you look cute. But what I personally do is set the rest of my face with just a translucent powder, a very light amount. Now you totally can still just go in and use that same exact Coty Airspun powder and lightly set the rest of your face. God, this stuff smells bad. So I don't do that. I'm gonna just go ahead and use my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm gonna use that with a Morphe R2 brush, and what I'm gonna do is just lightly go in, and you'll see I pick up just a little bit, and then I'm gonna go into the cap and start to press it in, press it down, and I'm gonna lightly go in and set everywhere else that I had foundation. And the reason I do this is because I cannot not set my face. So that was a double negative. I have to set my face. Now this is the set of a life, okay? This is how I make sure that all of this is locked in, it's loaded, nothing's going to move, nothing's going to feel dry or cakey. This is the final set before you go in with like bronzer and everything. So what I'm gonna do is go in first with my Mario Badescu, and I go to town on my face. I am basically drenching the crap out of my skin. This has so much hydration. It feels good, it smells good. And the great thing about the Mario Badescu spray is that what it really does is locks in and marries all of the powders to the creams and everything else that you put on so that it looks like it's one. I mean, I am drenched. During this time, you really don't want to make any facial expressions. You probably shouldn't be talking because you're just creating lines that could possibly, dry and not look so flawless later. And honestly, I would recommend having a towel on your neck so that none of this is getting, because this will feel sticky. That is mostly dry. I'm gonna now go in with this guy. Smashbox Primer Water. This can be used before or after or during your makeup. You can just use this whenever the heck you want. That's always good to use. But this will also set your makeup and add some more hydration. It feels good, it smells good, and again, I always notice a difference when I use this. Okay guys, so that is it. That is everything that I do. I'm laughing because you're probably like, that was a lot of steps for you to be like, okay, so that's it. But it's true. I am done. So this is how my skin and my face will look after all of that is done. What I would do now is go in and do bronzer, blush, highlight my eyes, my lips, all of that stuff. But this is the base, this is the foundation, this is how I make sure that everything from here on out lasts all day. I stay hydrated, and I don't feel all sticky, and I don't feel dry. I don't feel or look like a crocodile, alligator, armadillo, Are those dry? I don't know. But I don't look like any of those things. So yeah, that is the end of today's video. I'm going to end it here. I'm not going to finish up the rest of my face. Because today's video was just on how to keep all that hydration in. I do want to quickly mention that after you go in with bronzer, blush, highlight, when you're fully done with your skin, I would recommend doing one more setting session with the sprays. So go in again with Mario Badescu. You don't have to use as much, but I actually do. And then also, if you have it, go in with the Smashbox primer water, do the same thing, let it dry, and then again you're adding a little bit more hydration, you're adding more moisture, you're adding more setting power, and you're making sure that everything else that's on top of this, all those powders you're about to go in with, they melt together and they don't look or feel drying. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I know that it is a lot of steps and a lot of different products. Feel free to use whatever you want. Try a bunch of different stuff. Let me know what you're loving, and if anything else, I hope that I gave you one or two little tricks or little things that you might want to pick up to help with your dry skin. And if I did, leave it in the comments down below. Don't forget to, I thought my camera wasn't recording. I was like, oh hell no. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. I always forget. Yeah, it's over here. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit that notification bell so you know every time that I upload. I do try to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm actually about to go do a look and review on the Norvina palette. So if you're interested in that, come back on Friday. I will have a review and a eyeshadow look on this palette right now. I'm going to go record that video. So I'll see you guys on Friday. Bye!